Hi there, welcome at your guitar workshop. My name is André and today we're going to do a song by Vedder called Guaranteed. And we'll start off this picking pattern with playing the thumb and your middle finger at the same time. The thumb plays the D string and the middle finger plays the high E string. Then we play the thumb on the G string, and then the index finger on the B string. Then the thumb plays the D string again. Then the middle finger plays the E string. Thumb plays the G string again. And then the index finger plays the B string again. Actually, basically it means that you use your middle finger and index finger for the E and B string. And your thumb just plays or the D string or the G string, you know, because it's you just change bass notes. Okay, now to play this with the rhythm, the first note is an 8th note followed by 16th notes. So it goes like this: 3, 4. The picking pattern stays the same pretty much throughout the song. It just, sometimes you just change the bass or whatever, some strings, but the pattern stays pretty much the same. So let's move on to the chords. The first chord that we play is a G chord. So you play the E and B string with your index finger, middle finger plays the G string, and your ring finger plays the D string. So your index finger is in 3rd position, middle finger in 4th, and your ring finger in 5th position. So that gives this sound. The second chord is a B minor chord. You play the index finger, E string, second position, middle finger, B string, 3rd position, your little finger, 4th position on the G string, and your ring finger on the 4th position on the D string. The following chord is a G7 chord. Now, it's not your regular G7 chord, but it is a G7 chord nonetheless. You play the F, you play the index finger on the 1st position of the E string, your little finger on the 3rd position of the B string, you have an open G string, and you have the ring finger on the 3rd position of the D string. Then you play a C chord. You play just simply the C chord without the ring finger, so index finger, 2nd position, 2nd string, 1st position, 2nd string, and your middle finger on 2nd position, 4th string. After that you play the whole C chord, so you keep this and you add your ring finger, 3rd position on the A string. Followed by the G chord, and with the G chord it's basically your little finger on the 3rd position of the E string, ring finger on the 3rd position of the B string, G string and D string are open, your index finger is on the A string 2nd position, and your middle finger is on the 3rd position of the E string. The last few chords are actually a D chord or variations on a D chord. So it starts with a regular D chord. So middle finger on the 2nd position, 1st string, ring finger, 3rd position, 2nd string, and your index finger on the 2nd position of the 3rd string. That's a D chord. Then it's followed by a D sus2. So you just remove the middle finger. Then you put it back on again. So you got the D chord again. Then you add the little finger in third position on the E string. So that's D sus4. And now we spread our fingers with the middle finger. So your index finger stays put all the time. Then your middle finger goes to the third position of the second string, and your little finger goes to the fifth position of the first string. Okay, so now we know the basic picking pattern and we know the chords. So let's start adding one and one, and let's make two. And we start off with the G chord, and we play that basic picking pattern that we discussed before. So it's thumb and middle finger playing the D and E string, then thumb plays G string, index finger plays B string, thumb plays D string, middle finger plays E string, thumb plays G string, and then index finger plays B string. So 3, 4. Then we switch to the B minor chord and we play exactly the same pattern. 3, 4. Then we switch to that G7 chord we talked about, and we play again exactly the same pattern. Now we go to that little version of the C chord, and once more we play exactly the same pattern. 3, 4. Now things start to go differently a little bit from here on. So now we place the ring finger on the third position of the A string, and your thumb plays now not the D string and the G string, but the A string and the G string. And your middle finger and your index finger stay with the strings they were already playing, so the E and the B string. But the rhythm and the way you change, your fingers stays the same throughout. So that would be 3, 4. For those for who that's not clear, it's just thumb and middle finger playing the fifth and first string, and that's how it starts off, like that. Then G string, thumb, then B string, index finger, A string, thumb, middle finger plays the E string, then the thumb plays the G string, and then the index finger plays the B string. Okay, so that was the C chord. Now we move on to the G chord. Now here more things get changed. At least that's what I think. Goes like this. Your thumb plays the E string, the low E string, the D string and the G string. So one time you play it with the D string, and one time you play it in combination with the G string. So let's go through that. You play the E string low and high, so thumb and middle finger. Then you play D string with your thumb, then B string with your index finger, then E string with your thumb, high E string with your middle finger, then G string with your thumb, then B string with your index finger, and then you repeat that. So let's try that in time. So that's 3, 4. Okay, now we go to the D chord, and we go back to the very first pattern we started off with. So, grab that D chord, and it goes like this. 3, 4. Now we move to the D sus. So you just lift your middle finger, exactly the same pattern. Now, the following thing, we make a hammer-on with our middle finger, but the picking pattern just stays the same. So you don't have to change anything there. The only thing is that when you play both the middle finger and the thumb, you know, playing the E and D string, you make a hammer-on with your middle finger to create that D chord. But the picking pattern stays the same, of course. So it's like this. 3, 4, and... Now we get the D sus chord, and here the picking pattern is like in half, because we now have to play 2 chords in the time that we normally would play 1. So it's D sus, so you can lift your middle finger if you want to, and place the little finger anyway in the 3rd position of the E string. You have the D sus 4, and you play thumb and middle finger, so D and E string. Then you play G string with your thumb, B string with your index finger. Then we move on to the next chord already. So you spread your fingers, middle finger goes to the 3rd position of the B string, and your little finger goes to the 5th position of the E string. And then you play thumb and middle finger, D and E string. Then you play G string with your thumb, and B string with your middle finger. Now the ending is not always the same. So one time he plays it this way a little bit, the other way he plays it that way. So just play around with that. Just use your ears, and I know you'll figure it out. But this is basically it. So let's try to play this song slowly and see how it goes. 3, 4.